Welcome back, guys, to another video on the channel. Again, I'm with none other than it seems to be just Pedro Dance. So hi, Pete.
Hello.
Again, for this series, we're doing another video of the new stuff now that the set's been dumped due to the poor season of spoilers again. I think they just got fed up with us moaning, and I think they've just decided to drop everything before the rest of the reveals. The only thing I think we want left now is prizing and ban list, really. Um,
Yes.
but all the two decks we're playing today we'll go into very quickly. But I'm going to be playing Green Gohan and Pete's going to be playing Pilaf.
Yep.
So this Green Gohan, I reckon, could potentially be the new best green deck, just because it's a green Saiyan. Who doesn't love a green Saiyan? But it's got access to yellow as well, so it's a green successor deck. This reads how I feel Trunks' arrival should have been in respect of like the permanent and its ability to ignore energy exhaust. So if I go over the front and the back side very quickly for Gohan, so it's Sun Gohan on front and back. There is no Goten besides the artwork. Um, it's got a permanent where it negates the energy exhaust skills of multicolor green, yellow Saiyan cards in all areas, which is fantastic. Activate main, you can you as cost you send a card from your hand to your Z. Doesn't specify what color, it can be anything, and then you can add up to one life and top five for any green Earthling card to your hand. Awakening's probably one of the worst awakenings in the game. It is just when you're at six or left life, untap one. That is it. It's absolutely boring. It's like Red Broly from last set, ultimately.
Yeah.
Um, and then this is where it's a little bit more funky on the backside. So you don't have to draw on leader swing. However, you get the draw, but like you do get to draw throughout the rest of the turn and see more new cards. So it's got a permanent. Again, it's got the same permanent from the front side. However, the added bonus is that it also negates the combo cost or reduces the combo cost by one for the Saiyan multicolor green yellow cards. So you've got now access to potentially at least 12 like one cost 10Ks, which are now just free super combos. It's great. Um, and then what's good about this deck is it's got a permanent once per turn where you can sack off cards in your Z energy in order for you to pay cost for successor, and that basically gives you a guaranteed ability to set off a chain if you're struggling to kind of get anything out generic before, and it saves you having to keep sacrificing your own board as well, which I think is really good. But you can only do that on Earthling successor cards. It's only really on the new stuff outside of the old 8-drop triple strike Gohan. Excuse me. And then the auto on attack, it draws a card, but it's worthy noting that it's not once per turn because you every time you successor, you draw a card. What's good to know about that is that auto is not tied to Earthling like the rest of the leader skills itself. So that could be just plain cost for any successor card in your hand. You get to draw every single time. So the deck in the early game doesn't feel like it builds up a hand size, but the longer the game goes on from like turn three onwards, that's when you start to plus and start to see a big difference or a much better difference. What about you, Pete? What are you playing? Pilaf.
I am playing Pilaf, and even though bear in mind, anytime I say Pilaf, it's probably going to be all three of them, but I can't be bothered to say all three names all at once. But yeah, technically it is Pilaf Shumai. So this is the blue deck alternative win condition. When it attacks, draw one and can take up to one life. I don't think you should ever take life because it's probably going to take 5 turns to hopefully win. Really good auto on both sides is when you deal damage by a blue card that's attacking, you look at up to top three, and then you add a blue Earthling, and then the rest go in the drop. So that auto is on both sides. It's a nice little once per turn
Oh,
auto. When I'm at 4 life, I draw 2 cards. So pretty basic sort of
yeah.
awakening, but it's perfect for the deck. Again, when it attacks, draws one. You do lose the self awakening ability, but still, that's neither here or there.
Yeah.
And then it's got an activate main. You pay 2 blue and place 7 of your mono blue energy in the drop. If you have 55 or more cards in the drop, you win the game. So
Very nice.
yeah, so I've already worked it out. So a little cheat sheet for you guys at home. Because you need at least 1 life and 1 card left in deck to not lose the game. That allows you 3 cards to be somewhere else. So that means I could win. I'll have 55 in the drop with 4 life, 1 card in deck, or 1 life, 4 cards in deck. Something like that. Or
Mm.
if obviously if you use the secret rare, one gets obviously removed from the game. So then, you've then got, say, 3 life, 1 card in deck. So a little cheat sheet there because, yeah, it's the way to do it. So I have played a few games already of this, so I'm cheating a little bit, but I haven't changed my list. So,
I still think it's quite it's a heavy math type of deck in respect of making sure that like your deck count's going to play a massive part
yeah, yeah, yeah,
against
yeah,
knowing like when to take life, when not to take life, at what stage in the game, plus your hand size and
yeah,
dropping your hand and so on and so forth, or playing from energy or anything like that. So I think that's
yeah.
a cheeky way of looking at it, that's for sure.
Definitely. My initial reaction is I'm probably going to need a bit more defense in the deck, but we'll have a game with because we haven't played this matchup and
No, we
then
haven't.
see how it feels. But obviously for now, because this deck is quite open, I've stick to most of the archetype, as you'll probably see on the screen in a bit, which when Brad does his little magic.
Yeah, boy.
Um, and obviously, there's a lot of Bulma cards I can potentially use, as well as a lot of older cards. So this is just what I'm practicing with at the moment. But no doubt the finished product will be a lot different.
Yeah, so as you've just highlighted there, I'll put the deck lists up round about now. And again, they are very early builds. They're not builds that we think are far from, or we even believe are anywhere near optimal or anything like that. It's just for us to get a vibe of how to play the decks and how they function. And again, the lists that we'll use are just there to help inspire or give people an idea of what we were playing at the time to see if you think there's anything else. There's lots of different things we can run. But again, it's very early phase. You call it the alpha phase if you'd like.
Yeah.
But yeah, the deck
I
list will
got
be in, and I got a 9, so I guess I'll go first.
yeah.
Um,
I
but
think
yeah,
this deck, because I'm kind of part of me thinks it wants to go first, because chances are you're going to take probably the first hit or maybe the second hit. Um, and also with the energy marker, I can potentially ramp turn 1 as well. So I think I like this deck, but I don't think there's a right or wrong. I think this deck is equally as good first or second. I don't think. I think it's fine on either way.
yeah, I think again it's blue, so it's got still got access to energy manipulation through D
Yeah,
magics and beans and so on, anyways, right? Let alone anything else the deck wants to do with defense, like prospects or anything like
exactly.
that. I think
My
it just
my
comes down to what's more beneficial.
Yeah, my gut reaction at the moment is obviously you don't know the ramp card yet, Brad, but for the people at home that have seen the list, I think you have to mulligan hard for either the 2-drop ramp card or maybe a 1-drop searcher that hopefully gets into it. So I think with this deck, you need to see a turn 2 ramp. Otherwise, I think you're gonna fall behind. But I could be wrong.
Of
That's my just
course.
my gut reaction.
Hmm. Okay. Again, I've not seen this deck in action, so I don't know what to expect in that sort of thing. So I guess we'll see how it goes.
Okay, good. I do have my 2-drop as well, so that's
Okay, so we're already
nice.
losing, no problem. Right, so good luck, Pedro. Um,
Yeah, like have fun.
so as per leader skill, I get to charge um, Saiyan multicolored cards by ignoring energy exhaust. I'll do leader skill. I'll add this green Goten to my Z. I'll add up to 1 life. I'm going to take the life and then top five. Three,
I mean, we'll
four,
see it in
five.
action later, but I think that 6-drop you've just charged is so good. I
Yes.
think it's one of the better cards in the deck.
Yeah, so like I said at the beginning, it seems to be that and the 8-drop are the only two cards in the deck that make you plus, especially from turn 3 with the 6, and then when your opponent's on 3 for the 8-drop. That seems to be the only real way the deck can plus. But then, like I said, the more energy you got to play with, the more you're able to cycle, um, which then allows you every time you successor, then you draw a card, which is great. So there's a card in the deck which everyone knows, the Gogeta card. This is the one deck that the Gogeta not only replaces itself, but then you still get the chance to discard 2. So you're essentially making that a +3 in theory, well, +2 at least for you, while cycling an extra one, which I think is absolutely crazy. So I'm going to spend 1 to pay the 2-drop Gohan, Peaceful Respite. Again, it's from the archetype. The deck is mainly core based or engine based with only a couple of tech pieces, but it's a
Hmm.
10k. But there's a Gohan and a Goten. They both do very similar things. They're both 2-drops. But if my leader's a Sun Gohan Adolescence and I've got a multicolor energy, it reduces the cost by 1. So it's 1 cost,
Yeah.
10k. This one, it seems to be a direction in which they're going with some of these decks. This new set is it's a top three. Look up to the top three, and just add a green Earthling. So it doesn't specify the cost of the green Earthling, which I think is good because you can grab secret rare, you can grab boss
Yeah.
monsters, and anything like that. Ooh, exciting!
And then because it's a top three, it'll be a bottom deck as well.
Exactly. So I think for the purpose of this, I will grab super combo because why not?
Yeah, I mean it's always a good card to grab, right?
And then I will pass to you, sir.
Sure,
I need to get a
sure.
card up on my phone ready to go when it comes.
I forgot I have one or two, maybe handwritten proxies, but
Because I haven't printed off the proxy for it, but for the
no,
purpose of the video, so
no, you know what it is for me, right? So basically, I'm gonna charge this my. It's cause right, I've been printing so many proxies off. I've got only a little bit of card left, so I thought to myself, I'm gonna save it by like reusing some of the old ones.
hmm
But anyway, so I'm gonna swing 10 at your leader.
I will say no negate, sir.
So I'm gonna draw for his auto. I'm
Sure.
not gonna take a life because I don't think I should be. Now, I've got two options. I can either combo here, because he's got obviously that on the field which you can easily combo
Yep.
with. But I would like to, because obviously if I combo and I deal damage, then I, in a way, draw one anyway. So
Yeah.
I think on this case, but it's like a mill three as well. So I think on this case, I'm going to combo the card that I definitely won't be able to afford.
Ooh,
Um,
concept
and,
rare. Very nice.
and I'm gonna leave it at 15.
And I will. No, I will just take that.
Yeah, sweet. So then my auto triggers because a blue card has done damage. I
Yep.
look at the top three, and then I can take an Earthling card. So in this case, I will take this Pilaf, my android who's not an Earthling, and this is a top five searcher. So this is a really cool card, but I'm gonna talk about that when I get to use
When you get to using it.
it. So I'm gonna go hard and ramp on this one. I'm gonna use the energy marker. I think that's correct to do.
Sure.
So this is a really good card. This is probably what makes the deck. Auto limit one if my leader's blue. When it's played, I mill five.
Oh Jesus.
If I've milled an Earthling, one or more, technically, I get to ramp an energy. So
Nice.
obviously, if I didn't ramp an Earthling, I mean that's an
Well, no
Earthling.
way. No
That's not
way.
an Earthling. I mean,
No. Oh, okay.
there's the
Okay.
super. Okay,
A
so
3K.
3, 4, 5. So it's a nice mill five, and then I get to ramp an energy.
Oh, there you go. They
So
got the card that's too expensive for you to play, so that's all right.
6. But I have 7 cards in the drop already, and it's
That's yeah,
my first turn.
already, and it's your turn one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm gonna pass there.
Sure. Restand, draw for 10.
Maybe the combo on the Pilaf was a bit aggressive there, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Right. That two drop, has that got any skills? Does it do anything else now that it's on
Nope,
board?
it's just deflect and it does nothing else.
Deflecting
The
nothing
the
else.
fact it is a peel off is relevant because there is a card which is here actually,
Ooh,
so
so we could talk
I
about
can
it.
talk about it now because you can technically see it.
Yes.
So activate main limit one, pay one blue. If your opponent has 2 or more energy, I can choose one of my either blue peel off shoes on my battle cards.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can choose one of your blue. I don't think it has to be all three. I'm not sure because I've never played it. I play this card on top, and it's just a simple blocker, 20k. When it's played, draw 2, discard 2.
Oh, very nice. So it's again, it's fueling the drop very quickly. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But this one's weird, right? Even though it's got a picture of all three, it is only a peel off, which is
Yeah,
strange.
very strange. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't like when they do that with arts, when it's like clearly all three of them,
Yeah,
but it's not.
it
It's
seems
not
very,
really.
very strange almost, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What do I
Oh,
want
it
to
says
do
or
here?
my. So yeah, I only need one of them because it says choose one of your blue peel off shoe or my battle cards. If it was all three, it would
It'd
not
be
have the
different,
or.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna pay 2 and 1 here. I'm gonna go straight
Okay.
into a Z Unison. I think I'm gonna go Bardock here. Yeah, we're gonna go Bardock here. I'm not
Okay.
bothered about anything else right now. So almost feels like you're playing Nameku now. I don't really care about that on your board right now, which is okay. I think because I'm going first, I can afford to probably do this. I'll do leader skill. I'll Z-charge this. Take no life and do top 5. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to now grab this Trunks. So this 4-drop Trunks is a key piece in the deck, I believe. However, I'm not going to be probably playing it this early.
Yeah, it's a very good card.
But it's basically if I'm on 2 or more energy, I tap a green, draw 1, and play him. It's a it's a blocker 15k, but it's got the auto where if this is sent, if this is in my Z energy or my battle area, and it's placed into the drop for the cost of Successor, this allows me to grab a non-Trunks card from my drop and Z charge it.
Yeah, it's
So,
crazy.
and that
It's
helps you
so
against red as well because you can grab anything. Or if you was going down the route of fated rivals, the old Goku, for example, you just keep recycling a super combo off the
yeah.
Trunks, and then just gives you a chance to maybe get through 6 supers throughout the course of the game, which I think is crazy. Right, so we're probably gonna have to do well Awaken here now. So leader is just an untapped one, which is terrible. I will do the skill on Bardock to give my 2-drop blocker and draw a card. That doesn't feel great. Pardon me. And then I'm going to swing leader to leader.
No negates.
I will draw a card because it's also, the auto is also on swing. And I'm going to send a trunk. So yeah, I will go to 20k on that.
I will take it.
I will Z charge.
Down to 5. Down to 7, sorry.
5. Someone's good at maths. And then we'll swing unison to leader.
No negates.
Just 15.
I guess I will take that as well.
And now I'm going to do Successor for 1 by playing 1 yellow for the Goten, but I'm going to use the leader's permanent once per turn to sack off the Trunks.
Yeah.
To play this. So I'll do leader's auto first, so I will draw a card for doing Successor. The Goten, so this is a 20k blocker revenge for 1 yellow,
Yeah.
limit 1, so it's worth noting that. 2 autos. First auto is when it's played, he gets barrier until the end of your turn, so it's a barrier blocker with revenge. What's not to love? And then it's got a second auto that when it's a bit like Poutine,
Yeah.
where when your opponent plays a card, so it's worthy note that also procs off of Unison as well. I may choose it and switch it to rest mode. If I do negate the skill for the turn, it doesn't say once per turn, which means it doesn't have to proc on the first card played, which is I think quite cheeky. So it's like a Poutine but a little bit better. But it's crazy how that's so much of a yellow type skill in a green deck, which I think is a bit nutty as such.
I do now. I'm just gonna double
Yeah, of
check on the
course.
word.
Absolutely, because it says if you do negate the skill for the turn.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I always, anytime I get effects like that, I literally always load up. I don't know if you ever do the same. I literally load up Poutine, and I load up, what's the one that isn't, oh, I forgot the meta card. Even though I say I do this, I don't even remember what the bloody card is. You know, there was one that wasn't optional.
Oh, well, yeah, the Poutine is on the first card played by a skill, isn't it, or activating a counter. Which
Yeah,
is
I'm
going to be
pretty sure that's
yeah,
whenever you
that
want
procs
to.
on the first card,
Ah,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
because it's not once per turn. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's where
exactly.
it's different. Okay, carry on.
All right. And then I'll resolve the auto on the 4-drop Trunks because this was sent from my Z energy at the cost for Successor. I will Z charge this 4-drop Go 10. So it's
Yeah,
ready
it's
to go.
crazy that is.
This nutty. I've drawn from leader. I've played resolved you. So I think at this point I'm just going to go straight away and pass. At this point, I don't feel like it's worth. It's a shame because if this had the skill where it could restand, then it makes sense to swing. So
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, I got a couple of options. Where do I want to go here? I think I'm going to
I need to check that effect on my thing now.
charge you, I think.
Okay, this is when you have 3 or more. Okay, cool.
Okay, let's swing leader to your leader.
Leader to leader, I will say no negates.
I will draw.
Sure.
What does this turn look like? I mean, that's could be alright, I guess. I don't have what I want to have. So I'm not sure if I should change my plan. I think that's fine. Let's see what that looks like. Let's combo 1, making 15.
I'm actually gonna combo off this Gohan and go to 20 because I feel like going into turn 3 I need to make sure I can fix a ratio of 6 just in case.
Pay 2. So
Sure,
again,
another one.
ramp 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should always be an Earthling. Well, another super. Oh, 2 supers.
Yeah, boy. Doesn't look like you want to play with supers this game.
But that is the nature of
Yeah.
Self-Rep. I mean, anything from you?
No response from me.
3, 4. So 5, 6. I feel like I should have more energy. 2, ramp, ramp.
Well, you bursted marker to do the turn, and then you charged at the start of the turn, and then you've just done the ramp there and then after the top 5 is done.
Yeah, because this is turn 2
This is only
technically
your
for.
turn 2, yeah.
Okay. I guess on that note then, I will end my turn.
Sure. I will restand everything. I will draw a card. I think I might charge this for now. I'm going to charge another multi. So yeah, like I was saying at the beginning of the video when I was talking about the deck, it's worth noting hand size for this deck early game. Because of the Leader's Awakening skill just being a pure untap 1, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sat with 8 cards in hand, and this is going into turn 3, so it's from now that you're going to start to plus in hand. But yeah, it's just worthy noting maybe against aggro early game that it's possibly something that you might struggle with. Which is a shame, but it kind of comes as with that kind of problem, I guess. Right, so you've got an energy open, you've got that Poxy 2 drop. Do I care about go 10 now? So no. So I think I can start off by going 20 into leader.
Okay, so I'm going to show a kind of cool and a kind of shit card as well.
Sure.
So, it doesn't negate the attack, but we're going to go Pilaf. Counter-attack, limit 1, play this card. If your leader's blue, Pilaf, so this is a permanent, bear this in mind. So if your leader's blue Pilaf and you would take damage from an opponent's attack, place 2 cards from the top of your deck into your drop instead. And then it's got auto. When this card is removed from battle by an opponent's skill, draw 1 and discard 1 from your hand.
Okay, so whilst that's on board, you're not taking damage.
Yeah, I get to mill instead.
No, and then even if you choose to remove it, you're still getting some access to mill anyways with the draw and discard. So
obviously it doesn't negate the attack, so we're still in battle.
Sure.
One interesting thing as well, I will say, because it is covered in the FAQ, but double strike does not mean I mill 4.
Okay.
I still only mill 2.
So it is just for that whole instance rather than it being like 2, for example. Okay, that's worth
Because otherwise it would be great, right? You got a quad strike swing in.
That'd
Like,
just be
do
crazy.
that.
Yeah, sure, I'll
mill
just keep
10.
doing this, shall I? I will leave that at 20k then.
Yeah, there's permanent triggers.
Sure.
Mill 2 instead.
Woohoo! Just keep milling, just keep milling. Yeah, I think I will do this one now. I think. Sure, because I need to get that Pilaf off the board. So I'm going to pay a green on the 4 drop, but I'm going to choose the Goten on that's on the board for Successor.
Yeah.
So I'm going to draw a card from Leader, and then his auto will trigger. So this one's quite good. So again, he's limit 1 to do Successor on for 1 green, and this one's Leader locked, whereas the Goten's not. But this has got 20k, no other keywords, but it's got an auto when he's played. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So I'll choose the 1-drop Pilaf. And then the rest of this auto is I can then choose up to one of my opponent's leaders or battle cards, both in rest mode, and it can't attack until the end of your opponent's turn. So obviously I'm going to be choosing your leader. And I think there is some really good synergy with some like super combos, like the Chilo super combo and stuff, where or even it's or off of the 8 drops. We had to always find a way to switch the opponent's leader into rest mode and play this on the clapback. Just to be able to stop you kind of getting value off your leader. So that's my autos resolved. So over to you.
This one, which is a simple draw 1, discard 1. Ooh, okay. And I will discard this because I need those in the draw.
Sure. I will now swing 20 into leader.
No negates.
I will leave that, sir, at 20k.
I will take it.
Yeah. So now I'm going to pay a green for the 6-drop, but I'm going to use the leader's permanent to sack off a 4 and a 2 from my Z.
Yeah.
To make 6. So this one's a 20k dual attack. Again, this is locked to this leader, but I need to be on 3 more energy, and I draw 1 as part of cost. So I draw 1 from the Successor, and then I'll draw 1 from leader's auto. So this is where we start to plus. And then this has got an auto, which I think's absolutely broken for the deck, especially because it seems to lean more into the yellow side of things. So it's an auto when this card attacks. Use up to 1 green card with 5k combo from my drop in a combo with its skills negated for a turn. And then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons, switch it to rest mode, and it can't switch to active mode until the end of your opponent's turn. So I think that's a very good value. So we'll attempt to swing 20 to leader.
Let's say... let's say no negates.
So his auto, I will combo with the trunks first, and then finish off to tap your 2-drop Pili thingy bobby. That's the one. And I will leave that 25k.
Really want one of them. 25, I will take it.
Freeze. Sure, and I'll Z-charge. It will restand, and I will attempt to swing 20 again to leader.
4, 5. I will do Sparking D Magic.
Sure. I will finish off resolving auto. Nothing else to freeze. And I'll Z-charge that as well, just to set up. Sure. I will then do leader to leader.
No negates.
Leader skill to draw a card. And I will leave that at 15.
The remind me, the 4-drop, is it I can't attack or I can't restand? Remind me what it said.
Can't
my
attack.
leader.
So you can restand, but you just can't attack with it.
That's fine. 15, you say?
Yes, sir.
Do I get 6 off here? That's the question. Let's get the only super combo I'm actually drawing.
And that's the new one, bottom deck 1 draw 2, isn't it? So,
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
And then we might as well swing Unison to leader.
I will play the Pilaf.
Sure.
Just to draw a card.
No problem, sir. And I'll leave that 15.
Got 3 currently. I will take it.
I will do my Unison skill to give the 6-drop blocker, and I'll draw a card. Interesting. But I don't think Let me get him on 6 life, so I could probably afford to tap, I reckon.
Yeah, you're not going down to 0, bro.
So do I want to pick you or pick you? That's the question. Knowing that you don't have supers.
Lies.
Can I sit? Sure. I'll pay one on Goten. So
Yeah.
as part of cost, I've got to be on 2 or more. Leader's got to be that, and I draw a card. And then he's got an auto where if he's sent from the battle area for the cost of Successor, um, he can add himself from the drop to the Z, and I get to KO of 5 or less, which I think is really good.
Nice.
And I'll attempt to swing 20 to leader.
How do I feel about this? 3, 4, 5. I need to ramp at least once, but I can't afford because one thing I've noticed is I thought 3 Shenrons would be enough, the 7 drops, but I've
Okay.
already milled 2.
So there's
So
potential. Might need
I'm
a fourth. Sorry.
yeah, I definitely need 4. Because also none of the searchers except for your leader can get them. Like the top 5
Yeah.
only get 4 or less. Now, if it's in my live, then there's very little way of.
Right. I see what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, you can still win without it, but it's like it's. Yeah, I think it's worth having 4.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just deciding if I need to negate
That's
this. I
okay.
kind of, I kind of don't mind taking it, but I'm also concerned that I'm perhaps getting too low.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna just play safe and do I negate? Yeah, I think I negate because there's no free play that's going to be a double striker, so
Correct. Sure.
I'll do Android.
And then I will pass over to you.
Sure. I mean, maybe I should have taken it. Oh, yeah, that stays.
Pussy.
Draw. Okay. Um, charge. Okay. We got some. How many cards in hand, brother?
11.
Any of those got barrier?
Nothing. Just blocker.
It's got...
That's it.
Okay. I think what we'll do, we'll pay 2, and you get to see the unison, which is quite nice.
Yeah, boy.
So we get rid of 2, and then we play this my unison. So I do like this, but it's very costly as well.
Yeah.
So it's a blocker 15k, which is quite nice. 2/2. When it's played, I can add up to 1 card from my life, and I get to play 2 Earthling tokens, which are just 1k 0/0s. Now, I can't find my Earthling tokens, so for the purpose of this, I will use a really old World of Warcraft TCG and little minions. They're 1/1, so I guess it's kind of relevant.
Yeah, to an extent.
And then it's got a +2. I choose one of my Earthlings, switch to Terrestrial mode, draw 2, discard 2. And then it's got +0, activate battle, play an Earthling token.
Okay, cool.
Now, currently, the fact that Earthling tokens or anything for this deck mean absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no synergy other than this unison. Like, now I'm going to rest it, +2,
Yeah.
to draw 2, discard 2. I don't know if there'll be a deck in the future, but
It's a
right
bit
now,
strange because the only time, like everything to do with Earthling tokens and Mai has always been for like the Trunks future decks, like the green one with the tokens where it plays loads of them,
yeah,
and it's all to do with Earthling tokens. So
exactly. So I don't know. But anyway, um, so I'm gonna pay 1 for the 6-drop cooler.
doesn't want to take them out of another deck.
Yeah. So I draw 2,
Sure.
discard 1, and I can bounce back 1 of your shit hangers.
Nice.
Let's bounce the I mean, the 6-drop's fine because it would get you a marker on
Correct,
that,
yeah.
and the 6-drop's fine because
Sure,
yeah, we'll get the 6-drop. I
no
don't care
problem at
about
all.
the marker. I don't think.
Not a problem, sir. I mean, I don't
And then
mind.
and then I'll swing 25 to your leader.
25 to leader, I will say no negates.
And then I kind of want this to land. Did I discard one? No,
Uh,
I didn't.
did you not discard that
No,
Pilaf?
I
No?
did
Was that
not.
already there?
No, I'm pretty sure that was the unison. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I think you're. Yeah, you are right because them supers are already used. Yeah.
yeah. So let me discard one. See, we pick these up.
And this is where the chat goes off. Whoopsies and everything. Whoopsie.
Oopsie. Hmm. I think this is fine. Right, yeah, so 25, and then I'll
Mhm.
combo these two,
So
make
again,
it 35.
35 to leader. I will take the damage, sir.
And then what's really cool is my leader will now proc. So I
Yes.
look at the top three.
Dun, 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 dun.
1, 2, 3. Uh, 3, 4, 5. Ooh.
Ooh.
The only downside is again is if 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Now I will awaken.
Yes.
Draw 2.
Draw another two.
And you know what that means?
Rampy
I am a new
rampy.
card.
Yes, you
So I
are.
will swing 15 at leader,
I will say no negates, sir.
and I will draw. Uh, Now I kind of want to do damage, but I don't mind if I don't. But I think at this point, we'll go another 6-drop cooler. Actually, I might keep the cooler. That's definitely getting comboed. Oh, actually, I got 2 of them. They can both get comboed. So I will leave it at 25.
Okay, so you've gone down to about 11 in deck. How big's your hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Decent hand,
Okay,
to
yeah.
be honest.
Am I bothered about taking the damage? Um, no. I think I need to get super combos live if I'm honest to try and push next turn because I think I have to close it out next turn if I can. So yeah, sure, I'll take it and let you
Okay.
do your auto, sir.
Do I want to decharge this? No, I'll let that go. And then top 3 on this one.
Sure.
We get the oolong. Right. So 3, 4, 5. If I ramp now, that's 6, and then
Mm-hmm.
7. Okay. I mean, I don't need to do it that way, but let's have a look. 1, 2, 3,
Let's have a
4,
look in
5,
the
6,
book.
7, 8. So I have 8 cards left. So
And that's
let's
gonna take straight away 5, 6 off by playing the 2 drop.
pay. This is the tricky one. Because the one card I need.
He needs the Shenron.
3, 4, 5, 6. So. Because I can ramp and still do it that way, but.
And
Okay,
just
let's see. I think this is correct.
we're living dangerously.
I think this is correct. But this is also where the deck gets really difficult because I'm at 2 life.
Yeah.
I have literally no deck.
Yeah.
And this is where you have to try and work out the biggest risk. Because also, as well, it means I'm tapping out.
Yeah, exactly. Because it ramps in rest as well, in it. So
Yeah. But I'm not sure if that's correct. I think I might wait.
sure. I think it's now just trying to weigh up because is it activate main the leader skill?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I think if you feel like you can survive, then you should be able to do all of that next turn, right?
The
And then
thing
that's it.
is, if I let's assume I have Hatch for a
Yeah.
second. Against any other deck, I wouldn't be concerned because of counter counter.
Yep.
So
That's the
it's like
problem, isn't
I don't know what your secret rare is. So like
it?
against
Wink,
a
wink.
normal deck, I would ramp right now and
Yeah,
then
because
just
you can
go
you sit
hatch.
comfortably with Hatch. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But against green earthlings, you can't do that
Not
anymore.
now, not with this new one. That's for sure. As a
Um,
consideration.
so I think I can't risk it, and also I don't want to mill potentially the only card that's I need. So I'm not gonna be dumb.
Sure.
I'm gonna play safe and go your go.
Oh my God.
I think that's correct.
Pussy.
You'll have to tell me after if you had the secret rare because I'm curious.
Absolutely.
I'm
If you if,
curious
if
to
you
know.
if you close your eyes at the minute, I can show my camera and I'll show the fans.
Okay, my eyes are closed. My eyes are closed. My
I
eyes are
mean, there you
closed.
go. There's your option.
Uh, uh, uh,
There we go.
tell
I've
me
shown
when
them.
to wait.
But
Okay, can I open
yes, you can open your eyes. But I will
that?
also
Okay,
explain what I just showed towards the end of the video.
okay.
Right. So we can do some. Why have I not seen you? That just seems very odd. Let's try the green, because why not?
Mm.
Not seeing many pussies here right now. So now I'm thinking, what do we do? Do we focus on hand control now? Now that we're on 4, and start trying to chip away that way, or do we just focus on still building my hand size up? But I've got 14, so I'm comfortable with my hand. But you see what I mean about when it gets later on, you start to build the hand slowly.
Yeah.
Um, right, I do need to be careful of any battle tricks, mine. So let's swing 20 to leader.
Okay. So because I need to get it, if he's got it, he's got it. I need to hatch anyway.
Yeah, so
So I'm
I would
gonna
have to respond to the hatch for
um,
sure.
and I'm gonna just discard Pilaf.
And there's my proxy secret rare. However, I would like to note that this is an option for the deck for people in case they didn't know, because it's a Sun Gohan Adolescent, so it does work. So just for the thing, I've got the God Rare on my phone because why not?
Yeah.
So it's deflect, triple strike, counter, counter, negate the counter skill, and remove this card from the game, so it doesn't get played; it just gets removed straight away.
Yeah.
It's got a permanent that if my leader's a green Earthling and your opponent has 3 or more energy, reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 6. So you got to play 2 green. And then it does have an auto if you choose to play it a different way, whereas when it's played or attacks, not once per turn, choose up to 1 card in your opponent's hand, so it's random hand control, the best kind, up to 1 of their ZMG and up to 1 of their battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place them in the drop. So in theory, that's 2 cards from hand, 2 cards from board, 2 Z energy, which I think is absolutely great.
Question. With the
Yes.
6 drop, where
Yes.
can that rest unisons?
Yes.
Okay, I will block then.
Yes, no problem. Yeah, so the 6 drop can tap down battle cards in unisons. No leaders, unfortunately.
Okay.
On that case, I will say no combo, sir, just 20.
Down to 3.
Alright, so you've gone down to now 11, sorry, 9 in hand because you
I don't.
discarded 2 for
3,
the
6,
hatch.
9. I've got 10.
Sorry, 10. I'm just good at
I
maths.
discard 1 for hatch.
Oh, yeah, that's why. So now let's swing. Yeah, because that will still work that way, right? Yeah, so now let's swing 20 to leader.
Mm, let's say prospect.
I mean, Prospect's a card. I'm not going to lie, that is a card.
Prospect is a very good
It's
card.
a very good card indeed, sir.
I like prospect.
Yeah, I like. So that puts you down to 9. That would put you down to 8, 7, 6. But then it is just fueling your drop. That's the other problem with it, which doesn't help me at all. Sure. Let's just poke away. Let's do Unison to leader.
Uh, hmm. Okay, so I think no, I don't think I can risk that, right? So I think what I need to do is go D magic.
Sure. Okay. Am I prepared? I mean, I am going to be dropping cards, so I'm just thinking what's the best way to do that. Because that's going to trigger anyways. So that will clear that. Okay. I'll pay 1 colourless for Successor, sacking off my 2 4-drops on board. Any response, sir?
That is fine.
I will do Leader Auto first to draw a card. Gogeta Auto for you to discard 2, please.
I'm thinking this and sure. I will discard these two.
Sure. And then the Trunks Auto goes off because it was sacked off for the cost of Successor from the field. I can KO a 5 or less. I'll KO the 2-drop Pilaf in rest mode. Not Pilaf, yeah, whatever that card is.
Sure.
I will swing 35 double, bottom deck in 2 to leader.
See, this is the thing that's shit about the peel-off. Is let's say you know the one that I mill to instead of
Yes.
taking the damage. It's like if you respond with charismatic, then the whole
Yeah.
point of like not taking the damage is gone.
Yeah, especially because it doesn't negate the attack, right? So you get no
Yeah.
value. Yeah, I guess that's the risk of it, which is not a great risk at the same time.
No, it definitely isn't. I think I'll demagic again.
Sure. So we are
'Cause
chipping away at the hand, which is what we want, as much as
after
we
all, I
probably
am
don't want to
blue
drop.
deck.
After all, I am blue. So what have we got here? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 here currently. I am running out of energy, I'm not going to lie. So that's going to cost me that much and that much. I think here. It's a shame there's no surprise double strike that the leader can do, which is a shame. I guess what we can do is, yeah, so we'll pay 1 on the 6. Unfortunately, I've not drawn into the 8-drop boss monster for the deck, outside of the one I Z-charge like turn 1, turn 2, which is a shame. But I will use leader skill to sack off. Do I care about that right now? Probably not, because I kind of need cards in drop at the same time. So, sure. I will sack off that. That makes up 6. I'll draw from leader, draw from the 6. And it decides to give me negate. Why not? And then we'll swing what's currently 25 to leader.
Let's say.
Oh, sorry, I need to pay tax and bottom 2.
Yep.
I will bomb at these 2.
Let's say no negates.
So I'll do his auto to combo. Doesn't really matter at this point. And then I will tap down your heroic, please.
And that's frozen into now.
Yes, so until the end of your turn. That puts me at 25. I'll chuck a super on this as well. Probably bomb decking you, to be fair. Draw 2. 35.
I'll do +0 to make
Sure.
a Earthling token.
Yes.
Then I'll take it.
Whoa. Restand. Sure. Actually, it's probably better doing that in theory. Sure. Let's do leader to leader.
Pilaf?
Oh, God damn it. I mean, I can't do nothing about the swing, but I can clear it after. So, leader auto draw. Annoying. And I will just leave that 15. Because of that Pilaf, it's going to stop you taking damage. Annoyingly.
Yeah, but there's nothing I can do about it because I can't mill 2. It's
Mm,
3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, no, I can. Of course, I've got things that can go back to the bottom. Um, 3, 4, 5, but I can't do it because I won't have 7 energy. And how many cards in deck? In hand, sorry?
I should have 10, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, there's no way I win this.
Sorry, can you speak a bit louder for the viewers at home?
Shut up, Piggy.
I mean, it's because the last two
Um,
we've done, you beat me, you bastard.
because my problem is I need to ramp energy, and the ramp is
Yeah.
5. So
Ooh, okay.
3, 4, 5. I draw for
Draw for
turn,
turn.
and then if I did 2 for that, that's me decked out.
Yeah, then there's, yeah, okay.
Um, Now there's cards I've got when I've got 7 energy, I can bottom deck,
Hmm.
which is pretty good. But I need 7 energy, and I don't get 7 energy until I'm milled out.
Yeah, and the cost on the Pilaf, if I remove it, is it like when it's removed, you have to draw and discard, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, otherwise, because you if you don't combo out of this, then yeah, I see what you're saying.
okay, I know what I'll do. I will just combo out of this.
Sure. So he's moving to waste you straight away. Um, I will do unison skill. I will sack up. No, I won't. Not yet. No, that's fine. I will swing 20 to leader.
Yeah, I'll do peel off my shoe.
Sure. My auto will be to do. What have I got here? It's probably, yeah, it doesn't really matter then at this point. Combo this and tap down your Pilaf my shoe, please.
Yes.
And then, of course, your auto, I guess there's not much to take, but you're probably going to bottom deck me combo piece now, you bagger. One, two,
Did you
three.
bottom deck 2 for the swing,
Oh,
by the
no,
way?
sorry, let me do that now. You and. I could probably bottom deck you, sorry. Apologies. That's now 6 cards bottom deck this turn, Jesus Christ. Right, so now I'm probably going to have to put a bit on it.
I
Actually,
think none of this would happen if you didn't fucking counter me.
yeah, I know. But for the purpose of the video, we're testing a new secret here, right? I need to make sure I keep cards in hand because of what I do after this. So maybe we just do a dump here. There's no Can you target that one drop for any battle tricks? The one drop peel off my shoe with that card in your
No,
drop. Okay.
there's no battle.
So
It's all activate main.
okay, so I've got free reign, is what you're telling me. Cool.
Yes, it
Excellent.
is.
Lovely jubbly. You. Oh my god. So this is where I need to keep hold of maybe a couple of you. 10k combo because it's broken.
Yeah.
And I will chuck. No, I probably have to keep that just in case. So 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75.
Yeah, bottom deck of 5k, I guess.
Oh, 5k, sure.
How much you on?
I think that now puts me down at 70. 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 70.
Yeah, more than enough.
Oh my
GG.
god, GG's. I just had to keep an overrealm just in case and then swing for tax. That was my just in case concern. And then I still had unison skill to force a discard, should we be lucky enough. Okay. To be
Which
fair, I think your mills were very unfortunate early game where you lost 3 super combos because of it.
Yeah, yeah, but that's the nature of the deck.
Yeah.
It will do that. It was just hats getting countered
Yeah, 100%.
because without that, I could get my ramp to 7, and I think I could get 7 that turn, and I think I would be fine.
Yeah, agreed.
Um,
Because I think
I
you was in
would.
a fairly decent position to be fair, like overall.
Yeah, yeah, I was happy with the place I was at. And I just had to go, okay. I couldn't like fully commit tap out because I thought, oh, I'm gonna need the energy for D magics and stuff or prospects, but there just wasn't enough defense in the deck.
Yeah, and I think that was something that you highlighted at the beginning as well, wasn't it? That defense, the defense is so far from the limited games that you've had is the concern right now.
Yeah, the problem is you have to have Earthlings, and luckily Prospect is obviously an Earthling,
Yeah,
but Blue has the problem where it doesn't really have a floodgate, and obviously
yeah,
like this Pilaf is great, but if it gets counterplayed or destroyed, it does absolutely nothing.
yeah. And there's no way to give it
Um,
protection either, is it? So
no, no. So it's got a great ability, but it's actually really weak too. It's got no protection. It's a one cost. It's gonna die. You know. So all the people that are moaning about BMS, well, this can die equally as much as
yeah, I was just about to say. I
BMS,
think that has to deal with the same
right?
struggle, right? Because everything is so small.
um,
Yeah,
so I think it's difficult because obviously like the it was still a showcase that it was literally a turn away.
yeah,
Um, so it was close enough. Like if I had maybe I milled too much at some point because if I had at least if I had more than the five open and I survived that turn, at least I could bottom deck a couple and not die. But I
yeah. But it's also like you said, you bursted early off of the Shenrons, and you said that in your list currently you're running three, and you'd already milled two,
yeah
and that costs you
yeah.
three, I
The,
think, to do, doesn't it? So
yeah, the Shenron is only there to discard your hand,
okay,
but there's nothing to stop you just swinging and discarding your hand.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was worried about when because I tapped out because you're not very threatening with your piece, like to my like even though you're still swinging my life, but it's all just cheap like small pokes. Um, I was able to like afford to go down or like to tap out to deal with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pressure, but then yeah, there was times where after tapping out was when I drew into negates, and I was thinking I felt like I needed one at one point. I think the turn before, when you've like played your unison out for another swing as well. I was thinking, what happens now if he does think about just dropping most of his hand if he thinks he can go for game, by paying the two to ramp the turn before, when you had what
yeah,
8 cards left in deck. Um, that was my concern at that point. And you were right. I did have, as you saw, I did have secret rare, right? So I did have counter counter.
yeah.
So it was still technically, I think you played it safe by not paying the two energy at that time to ramp again. Especially because then you wouldn't have had hatch or even wouldn't have had access as much to D magics and stuff too. So and prospect.
I think the only I think the only mistake that comes to mind is being so eager to get my leader skill proc
Yeah,
on. I think what it was the reason I was so eager was because it's the only skill I've got that can get me the Shenron.
right.
And I think I was tunneling too much into getting Shenron
Yeah,
that like I forget that I can just fucking discard my hand. I don't need Shenron.
yeah,
Shenron is great because obviously it allows me to discard my extra cards, but I mean I only have I think like D magic in the deck that's an extra card.
yeah,
So technically everything else I can just combo with. So why was I so focused on comboing cards on like a combo two from the field? Fair enough, I didn't really mind that. I
yeah. Because
suppose
you
'cause it was
pushed like
man.
one swing you pushed as a 25, one swing you pushed up again,
Yeah.
didn't you? So I
But it's
wonder
also like
if go on.
turn two. I also comboed one from hand where I think it's like I think I just I th- maybe again it's new to the deck, but I think I
Yeah,
was too caring about the leader skill procking.
yeah. And what's would you not think of playing that deck in a similar style to like how you played your Ember Mill, not with the intention of swinging leader to get the mill, but where you're never wanting to swing my life, you're just focused on trying to swing into my board and my unisons
Yeah,
instead,
yeah. I think that's probably the way you play it. Um,
just to starve me of access and supers potentially and stuff like that. So
yeah, and again, I think it's like because the doing damage is like an extra draw.
yeah,
So I think that was the blindness. I think you see the mill three, and you don't need the mill three if you're getting um the mill five card.
hmm,
And also because I decided to choose a lot of the one drops that are top five searches, which
yeah,
get that card. I think there's also more reason not to attack anything if you can avoid it.
yeah.
Um,
I think that makes sense as well. Again, that gives you access to your energy for the defense side of things as much as you can as well, I guess, doesn't it? Whilst then starving the opponent of getting anything back into their hand too, I guess, or limiting that resource.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
almost feel
think
like that's probably the approach that deck probably wants to take. Possibly, I might be wrong.
no, I think it's correct. I think I just play it the same as Janemba Mill, and
Yeah,
it's like if there's nothing I can swing at, then just swing at leader.
yeah.
Um,
I think that's probably makes more sense. To be fair, to
um,
me, I reckon.
and because I'll be honest, I don't think I need the mill 3 because
Hmm.
I think I milled maybe 9 in that entire game through my leader skill in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I would say so.
But that's only a draw 3. But at the same time, I had more than enough cards to be able to mill more cards.
Hmm.
I still like obviously when I was looking at like if I didn't do the top 5, um, sorry, looking at that last turn when I only had enough I had 5, 6, 7, I had 8 cards left in deck.
Yeah,
Now, technically, if I had less cards in deck than, sorry, more cards in deck, then the Pilaf would have milled me to instead of taking that damage. Yes, the overround would have still got me in the end, but that's not the point. The
yeah,
point is doing the optimal play as possible.
yeah. Exactly. And
And the optimal
anticipate. Yeah.
play, yeah, yeah, because obviously I can't predict that you've got an overwhelm,
No.
but by, I mean, I comboed out of it anyway, I suppose, but I
Yeah.
could have saved the peel off or something else, maybe, I don't know.
It
There's,
just forces your opponent to play differently, I guess, as well. Like they're then having to maybe overwhelm that little bit earlier than they wanted in case you had something else to back it up with or whatever. I'm not sure.
yeah,
Um, but I think the deck's cheeky. It's quite cool with what it's trying to do, where it's trying to you win by milling yourself out. And like you said, it's a node to was it Nami from One Piece or whatever it is?
yeah, now from One Piece,
Yeah,
buddy.
shit game.
But,
Um,
which actually is in an arm's length.
it's
Here
just
she
right there,
is.
mate.
It is actually in arm's length because unfortunately the deck got banned, but
Yeah,
never mind.
good. Um,
Um, but
but
yeah,
yeah,
I think the deck is good. I think the 55 is a bit harsh.
yeah,
Um, I would have liked a card to discard my Z deck personally.
yeah. I'm thinking
I think,
because you do Z charge not loads, but you do Z charge like you've generally got like 2 or 3 Z energy there most of the time by the looks of it.
yeah.
So I don't know if it's worth that you've got that was it the Angel Halo coup for 1 energy and 3 Z just to sack off the Z quite cheap for cheap. Could be worth.
Maybe. I mean, talking about my Z because we didn't see much. I mean, I got this in the in. I, this is not actually in the updated list I've
Mm,
sent you. But
okay,
what I did was I dropped one of the 2-drop Pilafs for this, just as an extra ramp piece.
okay,
So I've got these two, which are nice cards. The deflect, but again, it's because it's 2 energy. Most of the time, I think I would prefer the unison.
yeah, especially because you
Um,
got prospect, so that makes more sense most of the time, doesn't
yeah, and it's trying to find the cost. So
it?
with this peel off, it's got a really cool ability. So it's deflect, activate battle. I can choose a keyword on my opponent's battle cards and negate it for the turn. When this card's removed from battle area by a skill or KO'd, I can basically ramp one.
Mm,
So it is a nice card, but I just don't know when I can play it.
yeah,
Um, I included this. The only reason this is in here is because I'm thinking long term. When I side in cards, I'm probably gonna have some black cards,
yeah.
and I need mono blue.
Ah, so it's a way to sack off your energy.
Yeah, yeah. Because when the thingy, you only kill mono blue. So
Ah,
if I ramp a black, I'm not gonna be able to. And also, my super combo needs me to have all same color.
yeah. So that's just there to
Um,
get you to fix it almost. Yeah.
this freezer will change. I think I need either I need something against white to unreveal stuff.
Oh, so the pan.
So
Yeah.
yeah, either the pan or the new blue. Um,
Oh yeah, the bunny
yeah,
thing or
yeah, yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obviously south when they go wide, and yeah, that's all the Z really.
Yeah.
I think there's the changes there. I mean, just very quickly, some of the cards we didn't see. Obviously, the concept rare. I'm not going to go over this. So the 7 drop. So this is one of the magical things. So this helps when you've got a big hand. So it can't attack. It's 30k. It's got an auto burst 3. Obviously, you don't have to pay that if you don't wish to, because it's a cost. But if I did burst 3, I draw 2. So
Okay,
it's a 5.
it's a five,
It's,
which is really good for the
yeah,
deck. Yeah.
exactly. Pay 3 to bring it out. Activate main. Chuck this to the drop, and then I can discard cards from my hand. And for each card I discard, I can give a card 3k until the end of my opponent's turn.
Oh,
So
okay.
obviously, I mean, I could buff my leader if I really needed
Mhm.
to. I'm not sure, if it's relevant, but regardless,
Yeah.
it means I can empty my hand, which is the only reason it's really in there.
Yeah, I can understand.
Um, this and these are very similar, so they both have the same activate main. If they're in the drop, so this is the anti-black stuff. So if they're in the drop and I have 7 or more energy, I can bottom deck this card, and then put up to 3 blue cards from my warp to my drop. Um, if it's the one I'm thinking of, one
Yeah.
second. Yeah, it is. And they've also got both abilities. So auto, when it's played, burst one on both of them. One draws one, one's a top 5 searcher. So why not? This card, technically I didn't use, but this is a really old set 4 card. When you combo when it attacks, you can mill up to 3. Makes sense, your mill
Yeah, I
deck.
mean it works with the deck, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think you mill too much. I don't think it's going to be needed, but because it's also not a Earthling.
Mm.
So I think this will end up getting cut, which is weird to say because it feels so good.
Yeah.
But like, I think because it's not an Earthling is the main problem. This is for the Bulma deck. This is just a top 5 searcher. So as you can see, I've got a lot of top 5 searchers, literally just to get me the ramp card.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But yeah, I think that's all the cards we didn't see in action. I mean, I didn't play the 4 drop, but I already talked about it. It was just draw
Yeah.
2, discard 2. And yeah, they're all the cards that we didn't get a chance to see get played.
Didn't get a chance to witness in its glory.
No.
Yeah,
Uh,
so yeah, this Gohan deck, yeah, I think it's got potential to be good. I think it's knowing your playstyle and your build or approach to the deck, which I think is going to be the difference because you can go so many ways. You can go more yellow, you can go more hand control and go down Cell Xeno route. Um, you can go more down the route of just green toolbox and then have access to some green yellow stuff. Um, Again, you can go into some more old stuff as well and go more into the arrival side of things because everything doesn't cost you to combo now, so it's very easy to set them things up. But I
yeah.
think that what I like about the leader is what I feel Trunks Arrival should have been, where it's got the same permanent, and that when you arrival draw a card every single time, sort of thing. So just like the successor skill on the leader, where you draw every time you successor as well. Um, but I think again, it's the deck's got great potential. I think to be very good. I think it wants to get to the late game to win because it's not that aggressive. But again, I think with the way the game is being produced, if it costs more than one, it's probably quite expensive now because this deck has everything for the engine itself is all one energy. There is nothing that costs two from the deck itself, and then having access to the Gogeta successor for one energy as well, which is in theory like a +3 difference between you drawing and then discarding two. I think is even better.
Yeah.
And then it's also a free 10k combo. But just like what you did, a couple of cards that I didn't play that I was running in this match was you got the Goten. So this is your turn one play as well with like same to the Gohan. The difference is the Gohans look up to the top three and grab an Earthling. This is just
Yeah.
a top five search for a 6 or less Earthling. It's got to be green as well. And then add that to your hand and shuffle your deck. So that's the only difference. That's basically the counterpart to the Gohan.
Yeah.
I never got a chance to play the boss monster for the deck, and I think on first look it's kind of average, but then when you realise what it can do, I think it's
Yeah. It's
crazy.
not,
But it's a 30k double strike, 8 cost for one yellow energy for successor. Again, it's limit one, so just be aware of that. Again, and you also draw as part of cost. So between this and the 6 drop, they're your two ways of plussing in the deck through the successor package because they both effectively draw two, and you can play them both like the same turn if you was able to set things up right. But you just got to be mindful that that's when your opponent's on 3 energy, whereas this is on yours. Um, but what I think is really good about the Gohan, it's a 30k double, but auto on play. So it's on play, tap something, ignoring barrier. So that could be your leader, your opponent's leader. It can be their energy. So one thing that I've been thinking of, which I think could be quite cool, is this, especially if your opponent's already tapped out. By the time you come to seeing this or playing this, you could just do it to tap the leader down if it wasn't like, let's say you did this Trunks the turn before, and therefore the leader's not been able to swing after they've awakened already. So let's say we've gone second, and we've done this turn two, so now we've stopped their leader from being able to swing their turn three. It comes back to us for our turn three going second. You could literally, especially if they've tapped out, successor this for one to be able to tap the leader down, and then pay one for this after to be able to choose the leader again and stop it. So then if that's two turn cycles, their leader's not been able to draw or get any kind of additional value. So I think that ties in more with the hand control side of things. Um,
The real
but
question is, does the 8-drop have
no,
deflects?
of course it doesn't. No, because it's
Okay,
technically a yellow card. That's why I want you to pay a yellow because it ain't got
okay,
deflect, mate.
okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm just wondering if there's a certain Royal Evolution or something like that that might be.
I don't know. There might be some royal bloodline coming your way.
Oh no. But I do think the card's very good. Especially
Yeah,
just because of its
cracking card.
flexibility and
Yeah,
it's one energy 30 double as well. I think is really good, which is just another thing.
yeah.
Um, then you've got the deck's got a free negate, which I think is also really good, which isn't tied to your life, which normally they're all say like if you're four or less, then you can do it. But this one specifically is it comes in rest mode and you negate the attack, and you do it if you've got a successor in play, but it's got to be a Saiyan successor, not just anything, so it just ties into the deck. Then you can do it for free. And then it's got a cheeky activate main, which can help with your successor plays from your
Yeah.
Z, where let's say you played the six drop to combo with cards from the drop on swing and then Z charge it. It becomes a new card whilst it's there. So then it's got the activate main from the Z energy where you can increase this cost by two. So it's effectively a four cost if you wanted to. Or if you needed it to just make sure you can get the six out, you've got this as your two plus a four drop, or to swap things around. Or if you're stuck with these two there, then at least you can just choose this self to give it plus two, and so on and so forth. So um, yeah, they're the cards from the archetype that I didn't play. There was just two other cards I wanted to mention, just from the list from today's video. Well, three in theory. I'm just trying this as a two of because it's a six cost, so it's just another way for me to easily generate the six cost to be able to play. Because sometimes it was hard at times for me to kind of generate a four and a two in my Z. So it's just another way to kind of get that online if I needed to, especially because of that four drop trunks we spoke about. Um, where it's able to, when this gets sacked off from your Z or from board for the cost of successor, it can grab anything that's not a trunks and you drop to Z charge. So it's just instantly a way to put a six over there if you needed to. That's not a trunks as well.
I
So
like it.
it's just another synergy piece like that. And again, it's effectively a double block or a double 20 a 25k dual attack which rips 2Z energy. So I just think that's quite good. Um, and I wanted to try this negate out, but I just never drew into it. Um, so it's generic yellow from the yellow Namek Vegeta deck, but it's just discard a yellow card to draw two and negate the attack. So it's just another way to kind of cycle more pieces because we don't draw lots through the deck until later on. Because I think I was still sat with like half a deck there nearly, and this is a 54 card list, so this was just another way to cycle through it a bit more. Um, and because we've got access to the yellow energy and this is not tied to a yellow leader, I just thought, why not give it a go? Just never got a chance to use it because I didn't see it. And then finally, just the Z card. So this is the Z card for the deck. I don't think you're really ever going to play it though. It's a 1/1, 5k. It's got deflect, but it's irrelevant because it's just auto.
Yeah.
It's just got an auto on swing. You can combo with a 5k. Sorry, you can combo with an Earthling. Um, so you can combo off the 8 drop 10k to make it 15 if you wanted to, if it's in your drop. But yeah, it's just the way to generate a Z energy early game, I guess, on turn one, turn two if you needed it. But your leader does that anyways. But it's got an activate main. If you are running the two drops like your early game cantrips, you can discard a card from hand to grab it from your drop and Z charge it. Um, and again, it's with the skills negated for the turn. But yeah, that's the deck. I think it's really good. I think the hand size is going to be an issue. I think the early game, but as the game goes on, that's when you start cycling your pieces and stuff, and you start to plus, especially if you see the 8 and the 6 back to back every time, then I think you'll be fine. Um, but
I think it's a great deck. I think it's probably going to be one of the green decks going
yeah,
forward.
agreed. I think it might take over that green mantle, um,
Yeah, I
especially
think
because
it
of
will.
access to concept rare and oh, and then of course you've got the green SGR, which is a 6 cost as well, and you want to get that to your Z to remove markers from unisons. That's a 6 drop there instantly for the 6 drop trunk. So there's lots of different ways to look at it outside of concept rare and going too expensive. So
Yeah.
um,
The deck I think is nutty. I think you're not going to have problems with and Z energy because you're always going to be able to keep putting them in there, especially from the 6 drop. And like even when you pay the cost, you're still adding cards back to your Z, which I think is absolutely insane.
yeah, and I think
Yeah,
red's not going to be a problem for this deck, just judging from
no,
how easy it accesses the energy to. Um,
no,
so I
it's a
think
crazy deck.
I think red's going to fall off a little bit or change its defenses going forward. That's for sure. Any last words from you, Pete, before we call it a day?
Uh, Shout out to that sexy play mat or the
Oh yeah, this one. What this one here? You mean
test
yeah?
mat.
This one here,
Yeah,
the
that
one
one.
I ordered wrong size.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's got a pretty good. It's got a pretty alright team name, right?
Yeah, it's just the logo's on point, isn't it, mate? Do you know what I mean? Just wish I ordered the right size.
But no, I guess my final thoughts is I think Pilaf is okay. I think it's going to take a lot before it's good, but it's also going to be not consistent enough to take it to a regional.
Yeah,
I think like I honestly don't think we'll see a Pilaf winning a regional unless it's like just one of those lucky days. We don't have life triggers in this game, where Nami used to benefit from that.
yeah,
Um, and it's like it takes about 5 turns to get the win off, and that might be a little bit too slow. So I think the deck is fun. I'm probably gonna play at least one in the online regionals,
that we've
but
got back. Yeah,
yeah, I'll probably play in one because it doesn't matter if you come second or come 30th, you've got the same chance at winning a
yeah,
serial.
agreed.
So I will play the deck, but I don't think it's a regional deck by any means.
Yeah, and I
But
think
prove me wrong.
yeah, I think you're right. But then again, it's still very early days, right? So who knows?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
code might be cracked, and the code might be playing it like Krillin, where you just negate every turn and do nothing, and cycle a bit, and that's it, and you just get to the late game and voila. Or Janemba Mill, for example, or whatever it be.
yeah,
And I think yeah, Gohan's I think it's got potential. That's for sure. I think
yeah,
you just need to balance kind of the direction of which you want to go, coupled with kind of the style that you want to play it. I think is the main thing. But
yeah. Gohan will be winning
yeah,
regionals.
it'll be there and thereabouts, right?
Yeah,
I think it
I
just
think
depends
so.
who's playing it. So, but thanks for watching, guys.
Yep.
Again, we'll try and do some more if we can be bothered to print off any more proxies because it's like what we've got 2 weeks left now. But we're also trying to prep for Germany as well.
Yeah, I
So
think it'll be probably real life cards.
yeah, for the next one.
Or actually, I might do Bulma maybe, but I think it's probably going to be real life cards at this point now.
Yeah, I
Probably.
think you're right as well because the focus at the minute is more now like we're it's getting very close to Germany now, so it's kind of making sure that we're tuned in and locked in on that. So if anyone is going to Germany, hopefully we'll see you guys there.
Double
Um,
check one, please.
Possible spoiler alert there. But yeah, thanks for tuning in,
Deadpool,
and
please.
and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.